Welcome to RSFFL Live. I'm your host, Robert Harris, of the owner of the Coaches Cadets. I want to welcome you guys to our Week 12 preview. I mean, things are really starting to shape up, man. I mean, I know I'm personally excited as an owner of the league just to have the opportunity to compete with the great teams that we have in the league this season. And I'm sure the rest of you guys are excited as well. First, as we always do, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsors. All right, we have back again this week. We have the great folks over at Crown Royal. All right, now as you guys know, every Sunday, Monday night, some guys are stressed out. All right, you got to take a shot of that good old whiskey, man, to kind of put your problems aside, man, because fantasy football stress you out. All right, now let's give it a quick shout out to our new guys over here at Spalding. All right, yeah, you might think they're a sponsor, the official basketball, the NBA, but this is a special shout out to our our brother league RSFFL, the Rockstar Fantasy Basketball League, who's cranked up their show the last couple of weeks, cranked up the season. Shout out to the Mama There Goes That team. Hello, we're 2-1. All right. And then here we go at a shout out to our sponsors, Nike. All right, just do it. And special shout out to Byron, I believe is his name. I think he was a team chaplain for a couple of weeks or so, and he had a very famous pregame speech. If you guys remember this, now he said, if you're gonna do it, just do it. Just do it wholeheartedly. All right, and we got another special shout out to our guys over at Stella. All right, beer. Some guys, getting a little bougie nowadays. Maybe you guys don't want to talk in the chat. Stella be a perfect beer for you guys. All right. Now let's check it back to our show. Trade deadline ended earlier today at noon. Things were really quiet, which was, rather disappointing to the league office. And the last few weeks, I think the league has been quiet. I don't know, because basketball season started. I don't know if guys are quitting. I don't know if guys are scared. I don't know what it is. But hey, guys, let's liven it up, man. This is what I mean. You guys, we have a lot of money on the line here. All right, so let's get into it, man. I mean, I don't think any words you're gonna say is gonna cause you to lose. So let's get some Smith talking going or something. All right. Just in comparison to our big brother league, the NAA, which stands for No Amateurs Allowed, I mean, things are going crazy right there. I mean, integrity's being questioned, a lot of trades. There's a lot of, not adversity, but there's a lot of issues going on. But sometimes, it's good to have little things going on. It just keeps things going, keeps the league upbeat. All right. Now let's look back at, now I know the last 6 weeks we've had the West versus East. A big rivalry, division versus division. We've been in question, who are you really rooting for? Are you rooting for the other division or your division for bragging rights? But the West did come away with the win. I don't have the exact win total, but it was a 2-game win. So it was pretty close. But it was a 2-game win by the West. Congratulations to all the guys in the West. Some guys, this will be your only thing that you have bragging rights for this year at this point. So congratulations to you fellas. All right. And congratulations to the whole Western Division for taking that crown. Looks like you guys seem to be the better league top to bottom, this better division top to bottom this year. All right, and now shout out to our co-host Quincy Avery, who couldn't be here. I'll try to do the best I can with these cellar dwellers and high flyers. It's probably convenient that he couldn't be here today, but let's look at the top, the high flyers. They say who that coming in at 123. I mean, they had a huge matchup versus the Pyros, and they showed up and showed out. All right, you got Andre Johnson with 41 points. Drew Brees did his thing. They've won 3 in a row. Look out. All right. They're trying to get that division crown. Wham Bam, thank you, Cam. 122. They've been playing great, but just been losing, man. They've had a tough road at it. They've been playing good ball, but this seemed not to have. Their opponents been playing a little better, But they stand steady. They beat ATL Brady Bunch. Let's see, they put up 122. Congratulations. Their high score was Rob Gronkowski with 28. The big Gronk. And let's look at the cellar dwellers. Some familiar faces here. Houston Hustlers. They essentially quit a couple weeks ago, and it shows. All right, 60 points on ground and pound. All right, we'll talk about them a little later in the show, but 73 points in the cellar. This is the wrong time of the year to be in the cellar. I'll tell you that. But those were the high flyers and the cellar dwellers. Let's look back at last week, as we're talking about it. First game, we had the Coaches Cadets, versus the Boss of All Bosses, okay? 110 Coaches Cadets, Boss of All Bosses 86. That will end Boss of All Bosses seasons. We thank you guys for coming out. We thank you for your donation. We'll see you next year, all right? We got ground and pound, and that Coaches Cadets. Let's speak on us. All right, we've won 4 of our last 5. We started the season 1-5. As the playoffs start today, we be in it. All right. But hey, we'll get into a lot of stuff a little later as well. We got Ground and Pound versus SWAT Kings. This is just despicable. I mean, first off, as the commissioner of the league, I think this can't happen. You know, that you on purpose don't set your roster. And I mean, why would you lose a game on purpose? You know, he doesn't have the division locked up. I just don't understand it. A lot of people don't understand it. Congratulations to SWAT Kings on the victory. You had a lot of buys, but it just doesn't make sense for you to lose a game on purpose. Is what it seems like what he did. Now, I do have a quote, all right? It was off the record, but hey, I'm going to put it on the record, all right? He said he doesn't care anything about the number one seed. Why would he want to play the hottest team in the league, all right? Shout out to the coaches cadets. Hello. He did say he's saying that we're the hottest team in the league, I guess. And he's saying he doesn't want to play us. Well, I'll tell you what. You know, I've been telling you all year. That's what I've been telling him all year. So I guess he understands that. But I think that's just despicable. What kind of competitor are you? I mean, anything. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of things to say. But hey, you know, he's put himself in a position this year. You know, he'll be in the dance. So we'll see what happens. All right. Wham Bam, thank you, Cam, over ATL's Brady Bunch. We talked about it earlier. ATL Brady Bunch, season's ended. Wham Bam he has a chance to win the division. It's a big matchup this week versus Ground and Pound. Team Wood Paul's Hendog Susie Smackers, huge game. Both teams were 5-5. Hendog, I can't confirm if he's locked this playoff spot, but I can confirm that Team Wood Paul's has lost 3 games in a row, and now, you know, if he loses, he's out this week. I know that for a fact. So his back's against the wall. Let's see how they fight back, you know, facing adversity. Then we got all aboard Cream and Houston Hustlers, Pauls, 102-60. Then we got They Say Who Dat with a big victory over the Albany Pyros. I mean, it was a huge victory. They Say Who That's won, I believe, 3 in a row now. They're trying to get the top of the division. The Pyros, you know, they played well but lost. So the Western Division is really getting close at the top. You know, who knows what's going to happen? All the board is in control, but, you know, you never know. But that was a look back at last week, and that was look ahead to this week. I mean, we got some big matchups. I mean, a lot of playoff seeding yet to be determined. There's no seeds have been determined yet. We'll look at the playoff outlook in a second, but let's just look at the matchups. We have the Coaches Cadets versus Team Wood Paws. Now this game right here is just all a do or die, all or nothing for Team Wood Paws. All right, Coaches Cadets, you know, we don't like to ever, as a team, but as an analyst, I will let you know, as a team, we don't like to say if we lose, we still have a chance. But Team Wood Paws, if they lose, they're out. All right, via the tiebreaker and all that. But the Coaches Cadets, you know, they still do have a slim shot if they lose. This is fighting for that, you know, last couple, you know, gets to get in the playoffs. And what we do this week was we have a couple of quotes from these teams. All right, Team Wood Paws. Well, first we'll start with the Coaches Cadets. We've won 3 in a row. Owner Harris, this quote. He said, "One thing about our team is we are at our best when our backs are against the wall. We're loving being in the moment. You know, we will take it day by day and game by game. We're just blessed to be in this position after our 1-5 start. We'll live off the great. We've been living off the great Willard Sisson quote. People have done more with less." Thanks for your comment, Coach Harris. All right, you're welcome. All right, and now Team Wood Paws owner Woody Vereen sent this quote in. "Can I get a pad clap? Give it to me. No homo." All right. So those guys seem like they're ready to go. They look like it seemed like they are you know, on Monday. It seemed like they were already on the field, like they're ready to play the game. So this should be an interesting matchup. All right, and let's look to our next matchup. We got I guess this is, you know, we got They Say Who Dat versus Houston Hustlers. I mean, you know, this is huge for playoff implications, but They Say Who Dat. You know, a win here because Ground and Pound and Wham Bam Thank You can't play each other, so they can kind of slide up in that playoff pause. We got Boss Brady Bunch. You know, who's going to be the, you know, well, not the worst team. We know who's the worst team, but well, I guess it still is a fight for the worst team in the league. So, you know, who has pride, I guess you can say. Then we got SWAT Kings versus Hendon Susie Smackers, huge for both. SWAT Kings have won 2 in a row. Hendall Susie Smacks have won 2 in a row. They're not gonna settle for the bottom. They're trying to get up to the mid, to the top of the the playoff seeding. And the SWAT Kings, they're trying to win the division here. So that's a big game. Like I said, Wham Bam taking Cameron's ground and pound. Ground and pound due to that loss last week when they gave it away. The division's still up for grabs. Because they don't want to go down a tiebreaker if there's more than 2 teams, because ground and pound's points are terrible. So Wham Bam is trying to get away to get that number 1 seed. They still have an opportunity here. Not the number 1 seed, but the number 2 seed. You got the All Aboard and the Albany Pyros. Man, if All Aboard wins, pretty much have the division locked up here. But if they lose, and SWAT King, it could be very interesting these last 2 games for the West. Who's going to win that division? But that's a look at the matchups for this week. And the other game of the week, we had the SWAT Kings versus the Hen Dog Sushi Smackers. And we're going to get a quote. We got a quote. SWAT Kings, they declined to quote. So, that just shows you how focused they are for this game this week. But the Hen Dog Sushi Smackers, here's a quote from the owner, Henry Bailey. The time comes when every team must face the mirror and see themselves for who they really are. When we look in that mirror versus SWAT, we have to see the reflection of a playoff team with a chance to defend last season's championship. So those guys are focused. They're saying the right things. I don't think there's any game over the Hen Dog camp. Those guys have been kind of quiet this year, but they find themselves in the playoffs, and man, who wants to see the defending champions? They obviously know how to win. So that's a look ahead of this week, and now we have our new segment here for this week. Shout out to Inside the NBA here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to give a nice stellar toast to 2 teams that are locked in to the playoffs. Nice stellar toast. All right. Toast to Ground and Pound. Congratulations. Via Team Wood Paws' loss, you clinched a spot in the playoffs. So congratulations. For your first year in the league and making the playoffs. Another stellar toast to All Aboard with your victory last week. Now you put yourself in a position where no matter what, you're going to be in the playoffs. And both these teams, with a win or loss by any ground and pound with the win, or loss by Wham Bam and they say who that, with both teams lose, then they were clinch the division. Same thing with All Aboard. If they win, or SWAT Kings or the Pyros lose, and they both lose, they'll clinch the spot as well. So it looks like they're going to be 1 and 2, but you never know. You never know. Now, a new segment we have here for the teams that didn't quite make it. All right. We got the whole going fishing, all right? Hey, shout out to the Houston Hustlers. Get that reel it on in. All right, Houston Hustlers, Arian Foster. Good riddance. We'll see you guys next year. All right. We still rolling on the boat. Let's go see who we got. All right, looks like we got Tom Brady and Brandon Childs with the ATL Brady Bunch. Gone fishing. Hey, we'll see you guys next year, all right? And one more, reeling on out. All right. Bring it in, what we got. The bosses of all bosses. They've been pretty much at the bottom all year. They get won a couple of games. I have no idea who's on their team. They've done so many trades. But Derek Scott, we'll see you next year. Congratulations, man. Gone fishing, all right? So thank you guys for that. Was that segment there. And now let's take a look at this real quick at the playoff outlook, all right? Like we kind of mentioned it. So we're not going to go too in-depth in it, but it's huge, the matchups. We'll start at the bottom. With Team Wood Paws, Hen Dogs, and Team Wood Paws and Coaches Cadets. That's a huge game. If Team Wood Paws loses, they're out. So we'll have our 8 playoff teams. If Team Wood Paws loses, but Team Wood Paws wins. All right, and we have some other teams losing. It could be wide open. So that's a big game for I guess in general for the whole everybody in the playoffs. Like I mentioned earlier with the divisions, ground and pound and All Aboard haven't quite locked it up, but the magic number is 1. If they win, they win the division. So congratulations to those guys. But SWAT Kings, Pyros, Wham Bam, basically everybody else, all you got to do is win, and they'll be in. But if they lose, they'll open the door. If they lose and Team Wood Paws wins, and they kind of open the door for something crazy to happen. All right. So that's pretty much the outlook of the playoffs. Good luck to you guys this week. And the last thing we'll take a look at is the Rockstar poll. It really doesn't mean much now, guys. It's all about winning and losing now. But the Rockstar poll is according to the commissioner here. We got all aboard number 1. All right, and number 2, I'm gonna go SWAT Kings at number 2. Number 3, we got the Albany Pyros at number 3. Then 4, we'll go with Ground and Pound, and 5, we got They Say Who That. They Say Who That. So Wham Bam is out, but I mean it's tight, it's close. Honestly, well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. All right, look, Ground and Pound is not in my top 5. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is my. I think Wham Bam, Thank You Cam, is number 5. With the They Say Who That number 4, and Ground and Pound's not in. I mean, those guys are terrible, man. I mean, just how do you not try to win? I mean, that's just the ultimate non-competitive gesture. I just don't understand it, and I'm really getting upset even thinking about it, man. But you know what? I can't focus on that. Well, as a host of the show, it pisses me off, and the commissioner. But as the owner of the Coaches Cadets, we're solely focused on Team Wood Paws. This week, big week. We have a lot of Thursday games. We're about to fly on out now to get ready for the game tomorrow. Good luck to you guys this week, man. Like I said, good season. We appreciate you guys participating in the 3 teams that are out of there. Hey, guys, pick it on up, man. It's the playoffs, man. Playoffs? Yeah, the playoffs are here. All right? Pick it up. All right? Let's go. Get excited. See you guys next week, man. Sign off.